Hi, this is Sean Clinch, the host of Stories Inside the Man Cave podcast, and this episode is brought to you by our friends at Shoal Saloon, your unofficial home to UT men's and women's basketball. We're going to take a different twist, and the goal behind these mini episodes involving the topic of adoption and finding your biological family is something I'm going to create a few mini episodes about because it's what I'm going through right now. I'm seeking my biological family. Let's talk about it. Adoption and finding members of your own family whom you're blood related to and look like you or resemble. It's a topic not many people really discuss. It's really not been a subject that I've discussed with many. But before we get started, I got to give a shout out to these two major sponsors of Stories Inside the Man Cave podcast. They've been really good friends and like family. Shoal Saloon. Of course, it's crawfish season. Those mud bugs are good size and a good price right now. And it's an iconic Austin original, Shoal Creek Saloon. Give Brian or Ray a shout and tell everybody you're a fan and friend of Stories Inside the Man Cave podcast. And, of course, Honest Plumbing and Air. The name has changed, but same great service. And it's where a handshake means something. So how do we get started with this? Seeking my biological family. You know, I want to start with my sister, Cindy. She and I both were adopted by Linda Clinch, whom I refer to as Mama C. My sister, back in 2011, back when I was still working in Oklahoma City before I returned to Austin after 2 decades, she found a woman. And I don't want to share her name just yet because I haven't really discussed revealing that with her, and I don't want that to happen, but just yet, because there's going to be multiple chapters or different episodes on the progress of this. And this woman helped my sister find her biological mother. Well, when I returned to Austin in late 2012, keep in mind, I had been curious, and my mom and my dad, they told me at a younger age, I must have been 11 or 12, that I was adopted. Maybe earlier than that, but I always had a curiosity, which is human nature, about who they were, what they look like. I mean, I always wanted to see somebody who has same features I have, a large forehead and probably men who are bald or balding. Well, it inspired me, and I waited until 2014. I emailed the individual who helped my sister. She agreed to help me, but I didn't follow through. Well, fast forward to December of 2023. I had had conversations with my mother and for years about trying to figure out my health, my genes, inherited genetics, genes toward the health side, my family history, because I never could answer it. Because I've been one who's been proactive about my health for as long as I can remember. You know, get the annual checkups, the wellness checks, blood work, everything done. I was very proactive. Always been a very healthy human. But I never could answer. And my doctor here locally, Amy Kowalski, who has been a good partner in helping me be proactive. Well, we've had all these tests and everything done, just assuming that I have an unknown genetic, having tests, assuming maybe I inherited something that could harm me health-wise. Well, December of 2023, I reached out to this woman that my sister used. Again, I followed up 9 years later, and she agreed to help and help me track the path of genealogy and help find my biological family. I definitely want to start with my adopted mother. We all know, everybody, I refer to her quite a bit as Mama C. There she is. And why this is a part of the story here is because I just want to let everyone know who doesn't already. This woman provided me with a great life, a lot of love, helped me achieve my dreams, encouraged me to be independent. On the left's at my college graduation from Stephen F. Austin, next to my father's mother, whom I called G-Ma, who I was very close to. And on the right, that says it all. That says it all right there. The love, a beautiful human, amazing mother, um, just everything a young man could ask for as far as having a good upbringing, a good life, and just everything a mom you could ask for in a mother. In fact, with me, she was a Longhorn fan. There she is with the former Texas women's basketball coach, Karen Ashton, who's now the head coach at UT San Antonio. Mama C was a devoted Longhorn fan, devoted mother, and a devoted family member, and loved her friends. And the reason why I wanted to show you this is because I had a good life. Didn't have everything, but I had everything I needed because of that woman. And she passed away in May of last year. And as you can see by these photos, just proof I was raised well. Goofy, terrible hair, a lot of blonde curls, and my mom supported me through everything, every ambition. I had clothes on my back, everything a kid could ask for, active, everything. Through this individual who helped me, is helping me currently, it's here recently, she called and told me that I've got some good and bad news. We'll just call her Inez. Said your mother passed away in 2021 due to COVID. This was as recently as last week. While we're working with Ancestry.com, and I'm waiting on my results from 23andMe, there's been some communication, but I allowed Inez access to my Ancestry.com. I did a little homework myself, but Inez has been phenomenal. Just a beautiful soul. Said my mom passed away in Texarkana 3 years ago due to COVID. My mom, I don't want to reveal the name. We'll just call her Carol, and that's what her name is. And these pictures of her and my maternal grandparents on the left. Now you kind of see finally see somebody whom I look like or resemble. That's my mother's father and mother. The grandfather, look at this, bald dome, similar facial features, and my grandmother's smile. A lot of people who I've shared this with resemble me, or I resemble her in the eyes. On the right is my beautiful biological mother, Carol. She was in Austin, a beautician. She was married in 1968. And like many of us, just like me, she went through a divorce. I went through a divorce before, over a decade ago. Well, this woman was pregnant with me, obviously, in 1973. I was they had to make a decision, and I was put up for adoption. And then in came Linda and David Clinch, my mother and father, who adopted me. Well, I have spoken to two first cousins of Carol, my biological mother, 2.5-hour conversation this past Sunday. Emotional, a lot of information revealed. Everything makes sense. Beautiful families, 3 groups of this family, large family, very close, tight knit. And it just makes me wonder, why now? Why? And I start realizing why. I came from amazing group of cousins, great aunts and uncles, grandparents. I couldn't ask for a better adopted family. In fact, I'm very close to a lot of my cousins, and I couldn't ask for better. But now I'm establishing relationships with three groups of families under one umbrella tied to my biological mother, Carol. Beautiful lady, beautiful lady. And the things I've heard about her, I'm starting to realize that's who I am. Outgoing, love being around people, love to entertain. In fact, this was a picture of my mother, biological mother, before she passed in 2021. A couple of very close friends of mine who are like brothers to me have said, "Oh my God, that's Clinch with a wig on," and hey, that's a compliment to her. I hope one day, and I hope she's smiling down with my mother, Mama C. I have a feeling that they all had a hand in this in some way, spiritually, made this happen, because now I've already have a meeting on the calendar with a part of my biological family in April, whom I will get to see and spend time with. And I have had several messages, emails, text messages, all of which have basically said they're open arms to me. And I'm glad to hear to tell this story. And the reason why is for if you are adopted, or if maybe you're an individual who had a child who had to put that child up for adoption, I want to make a comfort area, make you feel comfortable to tell your story and to seek that child, and vice versa for people like me. Seek your biological family. That's it. And I think for now, that's a good stopping point, because there's going to be more to come. More to come. And it's definitely, it's going to be a beautiful addition to my life. I feel it. I really do. And I'll share stories with you guys. And as we move forward at this, I didn't think it would happen so quickly. But one thing's for sure, seeking my biological family, the only thing to do that's productive is talk about it.